We have both the caricature and the man himself with us this morning. Of course, you recognize the actor as drawn by Al Hirschfeld. He is, of course, Michael Caine, as he appears in the new movie Deathtrap, the film version of the Ira Levin play that's been running on Broadway for the past 4 years. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Brian.
Having seen Deathtrap, I feel like I've joined some secret society that's not allowed to tell anything about the movie. What should we label it? Is it a comedy? Is it a thriller? Is it a suspense? Is it horror?
I don't think it's horror, but it's certainly a comedy thriller. And the trouble with it is with any thrillers, you say, well, look, can I come on your program and talk about my new film? And then when you get there, you say, I can't say anything about it because I'll give the game away. So you say, well, that's Deathtrap now.
All right, then I throw it up in the air.
Yeah, well,
Deathtrap.
Deathtrap is about it's about the collapse of a man from a massive success as a playwright and into becoming. I think he goes through what I often see written in ladies' magazines as a male menopause. I never experienced it myself, although I did get irritable a couple of times in the last 5 years.
Never on the same.
But I think that's what I was playing. This guy who goes from a successful playwright, becomes a failure, meets a young man who's written what he considers to be a wonderful play and decides to kill him because no one knows he's written it. He decides to kill him and steal his play and make it his own play. And
you realize you have just totally confused everybody who's watching.
Exactly. Well, that's the first 10 minutes of the picture.
Okay. Okay. Having said that, let's take a look at the clip from the movie because it's got a terrific cast. Besides yourself, Diane Cannon, who plays your wife, Christopher
Reeve, Irene Worth, and Henry Jones.
Marvelous. Well, in this clip is the first time your wife, Diane Cannon, realizes you might commit murder to have a hit.
That's right.
The mace would be quicker.
Oh, Sidney, be serious. Sidney, what's the matter with you? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, you did have a bad night, didn't you? I think that you're thinking that after last night, you actually would kill to have another hit play.
Do you know what this play would net its author in today's market? Between $3 and $5 million. And that is without the Deathtrap T-shirts. Now, if that isn't a thinking man's motive for murder, I don't know what is.
You're known as the cold, suave, detached English gentleman, but you really do like doing comedy, don't you?
I love to do comedy, but I always get stuck with sort of very, very strange characters. Sometimes when I see the films I'm in, I look at myself in the morning, I think, now, who thought of giving me this script? I mean, I get the most extraordinary things offered me. I'm beginning to wonder. I got a script the other day, which was a guy of 65 who had been drunk for 12 years. I mean, I'm 49 years old.
I was going to say.
I thought, Jesus, who's sending me this stuff?
As you view yourself, are you, and forgive me for putting the labels on him, but are you an artist or are you a working actor?
Well, I would say I'm very much a working actor. I'm very much a professional actor who hopes that some artistry comes out along the way. I mean, I think if you work hard, the artistry takes care of itself. And if other people regard me as an artist, that's marvelous. But I regard myself as a working professional.
I ask that because although you've had some tremendous films, Alfie, Sleuth, Ipcress File, and some others, you have had some clunkers.
Yeah,
I mean, The Island, The Swarm, Beyond, The Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah,
you don't disavow them.
No, I'm here to work, you know, and if all those films were made, less successful films were made by people who had made successful films before, and they were of a different type. I mean, like something like The Swarm or Poseidon were special effects films, which I'd never done before, so I thought, well, I'll do one of those, you know. And I grew up in repertory in England, which was 52 plays a year, and I think I've carried that through to movies. And I always come out of a different box, so I've remained fairly unscathed right through this.
At one point in Deathtrap, and I'm not going to give anything away,
no.
Sidney Brule sits back and says, I have no desire to stand up and confess everything before Tom Snyder or Phil Donahue or anyone else like that. How much of Michael Caine was in that? How important are fame, money, all the luxuries attendant to
fame, it's wonderful if you can get a table at Elaine's or something like that. You know, I mean, that's fame. But the rest of the time, I go out very rarely, and I spend very much a family life. What I would like to do is to be terribly rich and famous and completely unrecognizable in the street. I mean, I really think that finally, I mean, if someone would send the money in envelopes, I wouldn't even make the pictures.
But yet, in your homeland, in England, you continue to have the image of the working class lad who made good.
I never got rid of my accent. I could have gone to voice lessons, but what I wanted to do was, as I thought, if I have any use, you know, acting is not such a useful profession, you know, compared with doctors or anything. And I thought if I have any use, I could fight the class system in England. So I kept my accent, and I always thrust my background down everyone's throat in order to encourage other people who came from the same background as me. Because like my parents and people that I grew up with, when I said I wanted to be an actor, they said, well, who the hell do you think you are? And it, you know, it's above your station because you don't speak properly.
Your
so
background,
I said, the hell were you?
Your background includes born poor, substitute parents who battered you.
Yes.
Dropped out of school.
Yeah.
And then became a
things.
success. It'd make a great movie. You ever think of doing it?
No, for me, they wrote a biography about me last year, and I was very angry at that. I would never write my own autobiography, and I never. I'd just like to lead a very private life. I know it doesn't look like I come on here and tell you.
But you didn't do it, Tom Snyder and Phil
No,
Donahue.
no.
Michael Caine, thank you very much.
Thank you,
And now
Brian.
that you've confused everybody, I'm sure they're going to run and say Deathtrap. Let's go to Nancy Foreman. No, we're going to take a station break. Then Nancy Foreman.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.